Hello. We're just setting up still. It does look better, okay. The YouTube preview is freaking me out because it looks like so garbage and the little preview gives me. All right. Got that recording. Perfect. Welcome back for another live stream. I think per the usual we have 0 viewers. Some people would call this unsuccessful, but I just like to think of it as future lost media. So I'm Elijah with NLV Productions, and today it is November 2nd. I meant to do this yesterday, but I think it's the perfect time for what I have in mind for today. We just had Halloween. Candy was cheap. I can finally afford it. Mine's going blank. Reformation Day was October 31st, I think. So perfect for what I have planned for today. And give me just 1 second. It's getting too warm in here with the lights. Hope that doesn't cause too much noise. Come on, bro. There we go. Yes, first stream with a live cam. I said in the earlier one that I had all the equipment, just needed a capture card. So look, looks pretty good, I think. Awesome. What we're doing today is we're going to be rating candy based on how Catholic it is, as the stream is titled. What was I gonna do? Oh yes, let's start up some music. How loud is that? Pretty good. Alrighty. Do we have a limiter in place on that? I don't know. Awesome. So let's start off with a very good candidate here. Oreos. I could only find the Oreo minis. But we're going to work with it. So starting off, I have to say, this is probably, I'll just get it out there, probably the most Catholic candy there is. Get one of these little dudes out of here. So as it's going to be difficult to see, but in the actual design on the cookie, you can tell there is, if the camera can focus this close. Right there, sir. Please focus on that. Oh, no, it's just not focusing on anything. All right, well, here, let's do this. 1 second, please. perfect. I knew I needed to get the full-size cookies. Little ones are too small. Here we are. So here is an image of an Oreo. And as you can see, on the design, it has a bunch of Christian symbology. So we have on these sort of, this is trippy and hard to do. On the exterior ring, we have Jerusalem crosses, the symbol of the Crusaders. This is clear evidence that Oreos supports the next crusade. I think it's, are we on crusade number 5? Which one's coming up? Next. How many crusades were there? 8. So, ninth. Oreo, you heard it here, folks, officially supports the 9th crusade. That's what those symbols. And then right on the middle of the cookie, above where it says Oreo, directly up there. Oh wait, maybe that's another kind of cross. I forget which kind it is. I looked it up earlier and now I don't remember. But that's another kind of cross, clearly showing that this is the candy of Catholics. Now, even beyond the explicit Christian symbology, there is metaphoric symbology in this candy. So you see, how is the physical candy designed? Two parts of darkness. Let's go ahead and we'll kill the other Oreo. 2 sections of darkness with light in between. Clear, distinct, good versus evil. And further, in the Bible, it says the gates of hell shall not prevail against the forces of God. And so you can see, as these sort of 2 round darknesses representing gates, but with the light in between, showing how the forces of God have made their way into the gates of hell. Now, in terms of taste, good. A good Catholic taste. Packaging, yellow, the color of the Vatican. Overall, I would have to say, like I led with, Oreo is the most Catholic candy there is. All right, next one. What do we have here? Reese's Cup. Maybe we're just not going to hold them up like that. We're just not. Reese's Cup. Now, I know a lot of people like this, but unfortunately, I would not consider this a very Catholic candy. So on one hand, you think cup, that's like chalices. That's pretty Catholic, but what is this whole deal with Reese's? Why is Reese claiming ownership over this candy? Does he not know that all belongs to God? And for that reason, I'm going to have to rate Reese's Cup not very Catholic. Not very Catholic at all. The orange, not a Catholic color. And overall, I mean, I think it's the #1 most popular Halloween candy. Just not Catholic at all, I have to say. And then in terms of flavor, Mm-mm. It tastes like evangelicalism. Got my water here in a mug. Some people find that really disturbing that I drink water like that. But you can't stop me. It's what I desire and it's what I need. And you cannot stop me. All right, next one. Raisins, California raisins. Now, normally, California is probably the least Catholic place on earth. Actually, in the Bible, when Christ says Gehenna, he's actually referring to California. So on first glance, one might think not very Catholic. However, remember that these are handed out to children on Halloween, and in fact, are the third greatest cause of suffering in the United States. Suffering, very Catholic, brings you a sense of mortality, penance for your sins, very Catholic. Raisins, which some might not consider a candy, but you know, it takes the place of candy, and for that reason, I would rate it as a very Catholic candy. Keep forgetting to taste them before I give them the rating. So let's dig in and ensure that this has a Catholic flavor as well. Is my music too loud? I don't know. Still have 0 viewers. Doing good. So much suffering. You can taste the suffering, the sticky, sweet taste of suffering. Next, Baby Ruth. Small little candy bar, named after, I believe it was the daughter of Grover Cleveland, who was a Protestant. Oh, I don't even need to taste this. I can smell the Protestantism on it. Baby Ruth, not very Catholic. In fact, very Protestant. All right, moving right on. The Crunch Bar. Now this, I think, exemplifies a saintly spirit. Very simple packaging. Look at that. The name, I love it. Crunch. Like, let's open it up. Take a bite. You open it up, take a bite. What do you get? Crunch. Exactly what it said. It's no pretension at all. It even, I mean, it says right on the candy what it is. It says Crunch right here. I think this candy exemplifies the kind of humility one needs to become a saint. And just absolutely no pretension, no ambition. It's not putting on airs, it's not vain. The taste, same kind of humble taste. It just tastes like chocolate. And for that reason, for a saintly and humble spirit, I would rate Crunch Bars as a very Catholic candy. More water. You know what? Water's not enough. Give me just a second. I need something stronger than water. the taste of Protestantism is too strong on my mouth, even after the good candy from the Reese's cup. It's just too strong. Snacking tomatoes. That's really what I needed. All right. How long have we been going? Not long, I'm sure. Looks like about 11 minutes. This is gonna be way shorter. All right. Moving on. Whoppers. Now, the thing about Whoppers is they've got this round, I would say boulder-like design, very reminiscent of the boulders used to seal off Christ's tomb. And then we bite into it. Look at that interior. What does that look like? It looks like sand. This sort of malt looks like sand, feels a little bit like sand too. And this is a reminder of the sandy soil of the region on which Christ walked during his lifetime. And for that reason, I would say Whoppers are very biblical candy. Very biblical and very Catholic. I don't have much left. I knew this was probably going to go too fast. I needed to script more content. This is what happens when I don't script my content all the way. I just don't produce enough on the fly. We're going to take a break now and eat another tomato and get the camera back in focus. Focus, thank you. I really like tomatoes. I hope I'm not getting a lot of gross chewing noises. Or maybe I do, maybe, I don't know, that could be the thing on the internet. Asthma, yeah. Chewing tomato noises, asthma. All right. 100 grand. More money than anyone needs. And I mean, I think this one clearly embodies avarice. Money is the root of all evil. And it just tastes I don't know. It's just got a weird mix of textures. It does say no artificial flavors or colors, so on a personal level, I can appreciate this candy. But on a theological level, this is a candy that is not very Catholic. It exemplifies the spirit of the world, spirit of avarice. All right, next. Give me just a second. This is a very, very controversial candy. So I want to make sure I include it on this list at any cost. So I don't actually have any here, but let me give you a quick illustration of what I'm talking about, so you can have a visual reference and you know, there's no clarity that I'm talking about something else. You know what I'm talking about. This guy right here. You know what I'm talking about now. Candy corn. Now, candy corn is very interesting. Is it a vegetable? It has corn in the name, but it also has candy in the name. Very interesting, very mysterious. Now, it tastes good, but it also doesn't taste good. It's paradoxical. And then, furthermore, in terms of flavor paradoxes, each of the different sections, now you can't see in this artist's rendition here, but the top piece is usually white, the middle orange, and the bottom yellow. Sometimes they mix it up, but that is the norm. Each of these parts tastes different, but technically speaking, they do not taste different. And yet another paradox with this candy. So, for this reason, I would rate this candy as a mystery. And being that mysteries are very Catholic, I rate this candy as a Catholic candy. Candy corn, a Catholic candy. All right. Twix. Apparently this one's a cookie also. It says it on there. It says cookie bar. So, although we included Oreos, which is definitely a cookie. Yummy. Delicious. Time for more petite snacking tomatoes. We're gonna take 2 at once. All right, this is our, we'll save this one for last. I'm gonna throw these ones we're gonna throw, oh no, we got these guys. Forgot about this. Snickers. Now, in the Bible, specifically, Psalm 2, verse 4 reads, "He who sits enthroned in the heavens laughs." And clearly, he who sits enthroned in the heavens refers to God. This exemplifies God's mirthful nature, and it's the snack of God's silly men, wacky guys filled with a joyous whimsy. And for that reason, Snickers are a Catholic candy. I mean, the very name, how could you not just be filled with mirth and joy at such a funny name? Such a, named after laughter. Can't get better than that. I mean, I'm sure I will name at least several of my sons Chuckle to embody the same spirit as this candy. All right, now. Nope, I forgot about this one too. I keep forgetting about them. All right, Milk Duds. Now, you thought Crunch Bars were a humble candy? Talk about humble candies. This right here is the most humble candy you can get. Literally, they call it like they literally named it Dud. Like they took a bite out of it and like, this candy's not it, but we're selling it anyways. My music has stopped. Also, an alarm went off. Gonna have to get that. Back to what we were saying. They invented this candy, took one bite and said, this isn't it. We're selling it anyway. We're just putting it in a little yellow cardboard box. We're calling it a dud because that's what it is. We know it's bad. We made it, and we made it bad, and we're not ashamed of it. And furthermore, we're not going to try and pass it off you know, and deceive people and sell it as a good candy. We're gonna let people know up front, this is a disgusting candy. This is a bad candy. Now, I did call it disgusting, but I will say, in terms of flavor, whoop, it's what you'd expect. I mean, it says right on there, candy made with chocolate and caramel. Tastes like chocolate and caramel. It contains soy. I'm not gonna be able to finish chewing this probably. The texture is just so bad. It's terrible. I mean, this is the texture that has taken years off my lifespan. It's just so hard to chew. All right, we just swallowed it, and we're gonna eat a tomato. That's a relief. That is a relief. All right, so it's humble. It's, you know, you see your life flash before your eyes. You put a milk dud in your mouth, you're thinking about all the bad decisions you've ever made, and you feel bad about each and every one of them because nothing reminds you of your mortality like eating a milk dud. And for that reason, I would rate it as a very, very Catholic candy. All right. Now we're actually coming to a close. I know I've been saying we're running out. Lumping these two together, Twizzlers and Tootsie Pops. Now, the reason I lump these two together is because the names of both of these candies sound like slang from the 1950s for something indecent. Twizzler, Tootsie. I can only imagine what that might mean, and I'm sure your internet-addled brains can imagine some things too. Now, I may be a God-fearing man, but I'm also a crazy, unhinged person and a psychopath. So, I got the black licorice. I like the taste, personally. I do like the taste. It may be artificially flavored, but it does a pretty good job of tasting like licorice. Now, this little fella here, very sus way of eating this. Like, what is that all about? Just put it in your mouth and chew it up. Now, deceptively bright colors on the outside, but conceals a dark interior corroded by sin. So, in addition to a multitude of other problems, I'm rating these candies as thoroughly indecent and thus not Catholic at all. I'm out of water. The only thing I have left to console me are tomatoes. All right. Now we're actually the last one. Hey, this is a half hour. That is like almost the same amount of time for a live stream to take place. Now, M&Ms. I feel like everyone probably knows where this one's going. I feel like it's just universally known that the marketing team for M&Ms exists to spite God. Got some sticky candy stuff on my mouse. The M&M marketing team does nothing more than spit in the face of God and trample everything sacred with their horrific abominations, an affront to creation and mankind itself. These horrifying little creatures and their perverted ways are nothing short of absolute sin and debauchery. I have nothing to say in defense of M&Ms. It even says Ghouls Mix right here on it. Do you know what that means? It means it is the work of the devil. And for that, I believe it deserves more thoroughly than anything we've had on our list today to be rated as a non-Catholic candy. In fact, a candy that Catholics should actively fight against. That is all the candy I was able to afford and was able to find after Halloween. So, thank you for joining us for this broadcast, and I hope I did better than I have in the past broadcasts. Hopefully I am improving. But thank you for joining today, everyone, and by everyone, I mean no one who did join us today. And if you're viewing this after it was filmed, I hope you had a good time. Bye. Bye.